Hey guys, this is Magic here, and it's time to resurrect the old series, MTG Mistakes. Mostly because, well, people are making this mistake right now. People need to stop making the mistake of telling new players that everything other than booster packs are bad. Now, feel free if somebody who's been playing for a year or more comes up and asks you, hey, should I buy the Deck Builder's Toolkit? Is it cool? What's in it? Yes, tell them it sucks. Tell them it's totally not for them and it's probably not worth the money, unless they're really short on lands. But if there's a new player that's only been playing for like, I don't know, a week or two or a couple or a month, I mean, it takes quite a while to really learn the game. If they come up and ask you, hey, are the intro packs, which are now discontinued, are the Planeswalker decks, are they any good? You should probably tell them yes. I mean, even the Deck Builder's Toolkit, just the literature that comes with it, explains the game so much better than you probably could. It's brilliant. I now ordered and looked into, what's in the Planeswalker decks for Kaladesh. I obviously just opened a Deck Builder's Toolkit on camera. And of course, I came to the conclusion, yeah, it's not the best product in the world for me or value-wise because I already know how to play the game. I already have, 10,000 lands. Seriously, that's not hyperbole. I own 10,000 lands. So I already know how to play the game. I know what the colors do, and I don't really need that type of storage box. So it's like, why would I buy it? But rewind the clock to when you first started playing Magic the Gathering, or just remember the last person that you taught to play. What did you probably do? Well, what I do is put together an ultra simple deck, just so that they can learn the phases and that's it. I mean, pretty much just the phases and how the life total works and how attacking and blocking works. So I have a couple decks that are like total noob decks, and obviously they're not in standard anymore, but they're just learner decks. I've pretty much got one of every color, and they're very typical white, typical black, so that they can see what creature kill spells do, what an instant or sorcery means, while at the same time not having to figure out what crewing means, what, constellation means, what heroic means. Why would they even learn that when, now it's not even in standard, and even then, it's not going to be in standard for long. It's not a normal, permanent part of the game. So they should learn the game first, then learn the actual mechanics from the new set. So that mindset typically goes into all of the new player type products. So the Deck Builder's Toolkit, possibly the gift box, I'm not sure about that one. Kind of a long story about why I don't have one of those. It's actually not that long of a story. They haven't printed them yet. Nobody can get them. They're printing them in November. The Kaladesh gift box. I mean, what the hell? That makes so much sense I can't even handle it right now. Seriously, I'm convinced Wizards hired a chimpanzee and he just throws darts at something. They're like, let's do that. Oh, release a Kaladesh product in November. All right, that sounds great. Anyway, yeah, the Deck Builder's Toolkit, I mean, it's standard legal cards. Once they learn how to build a deck, great. But even before that, they got to learn how to play. So that wouldn't even be that new person friendly. But if you get them the Planeswalker deck, it's simple, that you teach them what the graveyard is, what the library is. I mean, you got to start there, and you can't be choking it up with these unbelievable combos and tell them, oh, they played everything at the wrong time, and this isn't how you play that, and the deck is like a gimmicky glass cannon deck, and that's not a good way to learn Magic. I mean, that's a good way to learn that one deck, but if you learn how to play Magic, you can play any deck. So the intro packs were completely brilliant at that. They kept the mechanics to just evergreen mechanics that were really simplistic and would be, well, evergreen means, stuff like lifelink, like that's in every set. It's on, cards no matter what. So once you learn that, you learn the phases, you learn how to, work the game, great, but you have to have a deck to do that, and that's what the intro packs were, and that's kind of what the Planeswalker decks are. Plus you get to learn what a Planeswalker does, and for cheap. And you get 2 boosters. I mean, it's like the ideal product. And I think it's only an MSRP of $14.99. That's, 1/3 of a fat pack, give or take. Fat packs have no guidance. It's on them to build a deck. I mean, and even those aren't very good value per booster, unless they really need the lands, then they are. So I'm so sick of the players, going up to a new player and they say, well, what should I buy if I want to get started? And, and learn the phases better, get better, practice with the deck. And they say, oh, well, get a booster box. That's your best bet. Or just buy loose boosters because everything else is a waste of money. Well, no, it isn't. It obviously is not. These are like hand-holdy things with assistive brochures and posters and informative booklets and stuff. There's a reason they make these products, and you really should be pointing new players at them, with the exception of if you're like me, own, I don't even know how many cards at this point, a lot. And you can just throw together a bunch of vanilla creatures with evergreen abilities, just, oh, here's a 3/3 for 3, woo, played old vanilla creature. And here's a 1/1 lifelinker, so they figure out how lifelink works. Here's a death toucher. And you can just build them the decks. They don't have to be real balanced. I mean, you just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for the spells, and then put in land and call it a day, basically. But it's almost simpler, or it was, to go get the intro packs. I mean, I don't even know what the price was on them, but I'm pretty sure they were like really cheap, like 10 a piece or something. So definitely the next time somebody asks you about them, don't trash talk the products unless you know that they know how to play the game. Like if you now, look at them, look at me opening them, look at the other products being opened on YouTube, look at the past products, you know what's in them. You make the decision if you think that they're at that level where they could benefit from it, or if they're way past that and they're getting into deck building and coming up with their own ideas and they really know how the game works. Then I would just point them to the highest value so they get the most bang for their buck. I mean, simple as that. So that's your tip for the day. If you're one of those people who keeps telling people that, the Leicester products are awful just solely based on return on investment and money and card value and that's it, do stop doing that. And I will see you guys next video.